This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk, and we begin with our Homicide Tracker here on 17 News. As we learn, a man was shot and killed in South Bakersfield last night. Police were called to Sandra Drive near South Chester Avenue just before 7:30 p.m., where they found a man shot to death in the street. Officers say the shooter took off and was reportedly trying to get into nearby apartments. Police detained one person, but did not say if it was the suspected shooter. Meanwhile, a man has been arrested in connection with the shooting death of another man in East Bakersfield. The shooting happened in the parking lot of a nightclub on East Truxton Avenue early Monday morning. 3 people were shot, including a man who was hit by a stray bullet in his bedroom blocks away. That man is expected to recover, but another man, 42-year-old Abraham Diaz, died in the parking lot. Officials say a third person who was shot is critically wounded. Police have arrested 21-year-old Luis Gutierrez Chavez yesterday on charges of murder and assault. He is due in court later today. And now to your 17 Crime Watch. Police say they've arrested a man who sexually assaulted 2 teenage girls near Golden Valley High School. BPD's Special Victims Unit yesterday arrested 32-year-old Joe Cisneros and charged him with 6 counts of sexual assault stemming from a series of separate offenses in earlier this year. Police say those crimes happened in the area of Golden Valley High School on January 28th. Cisneros will make his first appearance in court on Friday. And from our 17 follow-up file, the mother of Desiree Thompson, who went missing a decade ago in California City, confirms to 17 News that a search that resulted in the discovery of human remains late last week is connected to her daughter's case. Days after FBI investigators helped California City police dig for evidence at a home, Sherry Smith, Desiree Thompson's mother, is still waiting to hear who or what was found Friday evening.
I believe it's my daughter. This is the first time in all these years that throughout them finding remains around, between Rosamond and Lancaster, and out there, this is the first time that I literally feel this is her.
Now, CCPD confirmed they have arrested someone in this case. 60-year-old Jose William Lara was booked on murder charges at Kern County Central Jail. He appeared in court on Monday and has pled not guilty. He is now being held without bail and is due back in court April 6th. Sherry says she has no idea who this man could be. Chief Walker confirmed Friday that current homeowners are not involved in the case and did cooperate during the search. The remains that were found at the California City home have not yet been officially identified by the coroner. We will continue to follow this case and have updates for you as soon as they become available on our website, kget.com.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
And we here at KGET are teaming up with CityServe and Dignity Health to collect Easter food baskets. We're looking to collect items for underprivileged families in our community to enjoy a traditional Easter dinner, including a 5-pound canned ham, instant potatoes, canned corn and green beans, canned fruit, and other staple pantry items for a home that are sometimes considered a luxury for those in need, like cereal and peanut butter and jelly. So for a full list of the food requests to fill your basket, just head over to our website, kget.com, and please drop off your Easter food baskets anytime between now and April 14th here at our KGET lobby. We are downtown at the corner of 22nd and L Streets. Well, in 17 Business News, California will pay farmers not to plant thousands of acres of land as part of a $2.9 billion plan to let more water flow in the state's rivers. The agreement was signed yesterday by state and federal officials, along with some of California's biggest water agencies. agencies. The money will come from the state and federal governments, plus water agencies themselves. The agreement still must be approved, though, by state regulators. Governor Newsom said the agreement shows that the state doesn't have to choose between healthy ecosystems and a healthy economy, but environmental groups say the extra water is about half of what is needed to fully protect the environment. And no response from the farmers themselves. Now to news on the coronavirus. State Assembly member Buffy Wicks announced that she has decided to halt her bill that would have mandated the COVID-19 vaccine for workers and independent contractors here in our state. The bill was supposed to have its first hearing today. It is one of many proposed by the legislature's vaccine working group, that is, and it's unclear if those bills will have a similar fate to Wicks' proposal. 17's Capitol Bureau reporter Ashley Zavala will have more on this tonight on 17 News at 6. So let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers here in Kern County. As this morning, Kern County Public Health updated the dashboard to announce 84 new positive cases since Monday and 8 new deaths. State data shows 29 patients hospitalized in Kern County with the virus, which is 4 more than yesterday, and 7 patients in intensive care units. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden just got his second COVID booster this morning. This comes as the FDA's authorization yesterday for a second booster of the 4th vaccination dose total of Pfizer or Moderna vaccine is now recommended for people over age 50 and for certain younger people with severely weakened immune systems. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention later recommended the extra shot as an option, but stopped short of urging those who are eligible to rush out and get it right away. And the CDC is evaluating whether to end Title 42, the public health order to turn away migrants at the border. The order was first put in place by former President Trump to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Now, Title 42 is set to end today, but lawmakers are warning health officials not to end it without a plan in place. Meanwhile, we're hearing today that the Biden administration is expected to end the asylum limits at the U.S.-Mexico border by May 23rd. That decision, while not yet final, would halt the use of public health powers to absolve the United States of obligations under American law and international treaty to provide haven to people fleeing persecution. Top Democrats and others say COVID-19 has long been used as an excuse for the U.S. to get out of asylum obligations. All right, now to the health news of one of Hollywood's most popular actors. Bruce Willis is stepping away from acting after a diagnosis of aphasia. It's a condition that causes loss of the ability to understand or express speech. In a statement posted on Willis's Instagram page, the 67-year-old actor's family said Willis was recently diagnosed with aphasia and that it's impacting his cognitive abilities. It is treated primarily with speech therapy and learning nonverbal means of communication. Willis had been working steadily and frequently, shooting several action thrillers that are due out this year, including Gasoline Alley, A Day to Die, and Fortress: Sniper's Eye. His 4-decade career has amassed more than $5 billion in box office sales worldwide. All right, well, now to news making headlines around the nation. For nearly 7 hours during the January 6th insurrection, former President Donald Trump was recorded making no phone calls. However, Bakersfield Congressman Kevin McCarthy said he did, in fact, speak with the president that day. Now some are wondering why it wasn't recorded on the White House switchboard phone log. 17's Maddie Gannon investigates.
It became one of the most widely reported conversations on January 6th.
What happened on January 6th when House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy called President Trump in the middle of the Capitol riots?
Some GOP lawmakers said it led to a shouting match between the two.
Let me be clear.
In February last year, Republican Representative Jamie Herrera Butler said in a statement that McCarthy told her the talk ended with the former president saying, quote, "Well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are." McCarthy himself talked about the call multiple times on Fox News last year.
As this Capitol was being overrun, I called the president and I talked to the president. I explained to him what was going on right now.
I was the first person to contact him when the riots was going on. He didn't see it. What he ended the call was telling me he'll put something out to make sure to stop this.
Now, White House records newly obtained by the Washington Post and CBS News show on Trump's end, there's no record of the call at all.
It's unfortunate we start with a committee
It raises
chair.
the question if McCarthy's call records can be viewed. Congress is largely exempt from Freedom of Information Act requests. In August last year, the panel investigating January 6 asked telecommunication companies to keep the phone records of several lawmakers who spoke with Trump that day. On Twitter, McCarthy warned the companies not to comply, saying if they do, quote, a Republican majority will not forget. Maddie Gannon, 17 News.
Now, we reached out to McCarthy's team and did not hear back. In a statement, the former president's spokesperson said Trump has nothing to do with the logs.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.